Rhasidat Adeleke.
Rhasidat Adeleke.
The Irish girl gets the verdict. Rhasidat Adeleke. Rhasidat Adeleke wins for Ireland.
It's not that often that Ireland is in the conversation as a country in the sprints, either on the men's or the women's side. But one athlete has been changing Ireland's presence across all sprinting events, from the 60 meters all the way up to the 400-meter dash. Rhasidat Adeleke, still just 20 years old, she has been making an impact in the NCAA over just the past 2 years and has already dipped her toes into global competition, mixing it up with some of the best in the world. This past weekend, Adeleke ran a time of 22.52 seconds in a 200-meter dash in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That gave her the 2023 NCAA and the world lead in the event, and it actually moved her to number 14 all-time in NCAA history. More importantly though, not only did it break her indoor Irish record in the event, it's actually faster than her outdoor personal best of 22.59 seconds. This performance should be no surprise to anyone though, as it simply builds off what Adeleke had done in 2022 and the amazing career she has put together since her days winning European Youth Gold. So let's quickly take a look at that career and see why she will almost certainly be not only an NCAA title contender in 2023, but also why she'll be a medal contender at future World Championships and Olympic Games. Born in Ireland to Nigerian parents, Rhasidat Adeleke was a star in Irish athletics as soon as she got into track and field.
So when I was younger, I did it in school, and my teacher was like, "Oh, you should join a club." So I joined the club, and when I was about 12, so when I was about 14, I did all the events, and when I was about 14, I decided to stick to sprinting, so yeah.
In 2017, when she was still just 14 years old, she finished second place in the 200 at the European Olympic Festival in Hungary, which would simply be a precursor to what she would be doing the following year. In 2018, running a new personal best of 23.52 seconds, Adeleke won the 200-meter gold medal at the European U18 Championships, also in Hungary. Her time made her now the 10th fastest woman in Irish history, which was very notable since she was still just 15 years old at that point. And for Adeleke, this was only the beginning. A few years later, she moved to Texas in the United States, enrolling at the University of Texas in Austin and making her NCAA debut in the winter of 2021. During that initial indoor season, Adeleke only competed in a few races, most notably running her first 400-meter dash with a third-place finish at the Big 12 Indoor Championships. We'll come back to the 400 in just a bit, so definitely keep that in mind. But the 2021 outdoor season was really her big breakout. A personal best of 23.27 seconds in her first 200-meter race of the season was indicative of what the year would really look like. She followed that up with times of 23.25, 23.03 twice, and a windy 23 seconds flat, as well as a personal best of 22.96 seconds at the Big 12 Championships. That 22.96 made her the fastest woman in Irish history in the 200-meter dash, breaking the record of 22.99 set back in 2018. Adeleke went on to compete at the NCAA Championships that year, where she made it all the way to the 200-meter semifinals. Shortly after those NCAA Championships, she went on to qualify for the European U20 Championships in Estonia, where she arguably became a star. At those championships, Adeleke won both the 100 and 200-meter dash titles in times of 11.34 and 22.90 seconds respectively, the latter of which was a personal best. This was the first time the sprint double had been won at those championships since 2011, and the last person to do it was Jody Williams of Great Britain, who was an Olympic finalist at the recent Tokyo Olympic Games. Now, those performances boded very well for what 2022 would look like and set the stage for some huge improvements. After indoor personal bests of 36.87 and 52.61 in a 300 and 400 respectively, Adeleke started off 2022 with a time of 22.85 seconds in the 200-meter dash. That broke the Irish national record of 23.10 seconds set just a few years prior and was already faster than her outdoor personal best. Then, not only did she replicate that time just a week later, she also ran 22.87 seconds the following week again, showing her consistency and that she was no fluke. At the 2022 NCAA Indoor Championships, Adeleke contested both the 60 and the 200-meter dash and was one of the top athletes in both events. In the 60 meters, she finished 6th place in a personal best time of 7.17 seconds, then immediately followed that up in the 200 meters, finishing 4th place in 22.88 seconds. Fast forward to outdoors, and Adeleke does not stop. In just her second meet of the season, a massive personal best of 22.59 seconds in the 200 was really just the start, as we would arguably see one of the biggest surprises of her career in just a few weeks. At the 2022 Big 12 Championships, Adeleke opted to run the 400-meter dash instead of the short sprints. Finishing behind her fellow Texas teammates Stacey Ann Williams and Kennedy Simon, Adeleke ran a massive 400 personal best of 50.70 seconds. Not only was that a personal best, but also another Irish national record, breaking a record set 15 years ago in 2007. And just for a bit of context, this was only the 8th 400-meter race of Adeleke's entire career, and she was running 50 seconds already. But once again, you can argue that this was just the beginning. Now, though she didn't make the NCAA finals individually in the 200, she was part of the NCAA winning 4x1 team for Texas, as well as a 4x4 that finished 2nd place as well. But fast forward to the World Championships in Oregon, and there we see Adeleke in the 400 meters once again, where she not only makes the semifinals, but runs a time of 50.81 seconds. Not too far off that personal best she's just set a couple weeks ago, and was also the first non-qualifier out of the final. You could only imagine what would have happened if she had made that final.
As I said, I'm so young, so I have plenty of more World Championships, hopefully. So, I'm just here to try my best and see how far I can make it.
But she had one more meet for the year remaining. At the 2022 European Championships, Adeleke was once again in the 400 meters, and after a 51.08 in the semifinals, she threw down a personal best and national record of 50.53 seconds in that 400 meter final. Now, though she only finished 5th place, this was a clear indication that Adeleke is absolutely world class in not only the short sprints, but also the 400 meters as well. And her future may very well lie right in that event. Now, here in 2023, Adeleke opened up with 22.52 seconds in the 200, an overall personal best in the event, and showing that she has not lost a step. Combined with what she did in 2022, this 200-meter season opener can only be an indication of one thing. Adeleke is a serious threat for the NCAA indoor title. Remember, she finished 4th place in the 200 last year, only behind Anivia Battle, Favor Ofili, and Abby Steiner. Both Battle and Steiner have gone pro, which only leaves Ofili in the NCAA right now. Ofili will definitely be considered the favorite, but Adeleke will be a serious threat for that 200-meter title. And funny enough, Ofili of course represents Nigeria internationally, and Adeleke, though she represents Ireland, her parents are Nigerian. So 2 women of Nigerian heritage could very likely be 1-2 in the NCAA this year. Another thing to look out for is the indoor Irish record of 51.58 in the 400 meters. Adeleke has the outdoor record at 50.53, but has only run 52.33 indoors. I could very likely see her taking that down this year as well. And most importantly, keep an eye out for the 2023 World Championships this season. Yes, it very well could take 49 seconds or faster to win a medal in the 400 meters. But a sub 50 from Adeleke is really not out of the question if she just continues on this trajectory of improvement in the event.
So I'm still a short sprinter, but I just went up. I don't train for the 400, but I just decided to try it this meet. I had a lot of technical things to fix in my 200, so that's why I was like, I'm going to leave that for next season. So I started doing some 400 workouts maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, and I was like, let's give it a shot.
So though Adeleke considers herself a short sprinter, really just dabbling in the 400, it's going to be very interesting to see what event she chooses to focus on through the year and where she ultimately ends up time-wise.
To come here and to break the national record, and so many people support us in Ireland, and I just want to show them, give them something back, do you know what I mean? Thank you for supporting me, thank you for rooting for me. Every single message, I really, really appreciate.
So let me know what you think of Adeleke. Do you think that she'll win an NCAA title indoors or outdoors this year? What about her chances outdoors in either the 100, 200, or the 400? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and be back again next time. Thanks for watching.